Well, let's go outdoors bound now this morning. Raptor alert. Ospreys are one of the top predatory birds on the Chesapeake Bay and vital to the bay's ecosystem, but their numbers seem to be declining. WFXR's George Noliff has more on a William and Mary study that's turned up some very disturbing results.
That's the sound one of the top predators on the Chesapeake Bay makes. That's the call of the Osprey. But there are concerns about that raptor raised by a study done at William and Mary on Mobjack Bay in the Chesapeake.
Since about the early 2000s, we have seen a decline, and now we're at below 0.3 chicks per pair. And so we are actually now below what the population was producing during the height of the DDT era. And at these reproductive rates, the population is not sustainable.
That's William and Mary researcher Dr. Brian Watts. So what's going on Mobjack Bay? Watts says it's a matter of food for osprey chicks. While they eat a variety of fish, Atlantic menhaden have historically been one of their primary food sources.
Atlantic menhaden deliveries by males to nests has declined by over 80%. And so in response to that, what we're seeing is a higher rate of nest failures. What's happening is that the chicks are starving in the nests.
Which raises the question, where are the menhaden going? Watts believes it's localized overharvest. The Chesapeake is home to a controversial commercial fishery for menhaden. A company called Omega Protein, based in Reedville, uses a fleet of boats, technology, and spotter planes to harvest menhaden on an industrial scale. The fish are reduced to fish oil and fish meal and sold for a variety of uses. It's a fishery that the Chesapeake Bay Foundation is watching pretty closely.
Our concern has always been what's going on in the ecosystem with this very intense, very efficient fishery taking place, in the Virginia portion of Chesapeake Bay or just outside the Virginia portion of Chesapeake Bay.
Virginia is the only state on the Atlantic coast that allows reduction fishing in estuaries like the Chesapeake. While menhaden stocks are considered strong on a coast-wide basis, the Chesapeake Bay Foundation says research needs to be done to determine the specific local impact in the bay.
This is a fishery, when it comes to menhaden, especially the reduction fishery, but also the bait fishery, that has a very long history in Chesapeake Bay, but we know our ecosystem is changing, and we may need to be more proactive about how we manage this resource to ensure that it continues to basically fill all of its ecological roles.
Back to the Osprey, Dr. Watts says his research is a wake-up call.
The Chesapeake Bay supports the largest osprey breeding population in the world, and it's just one of those iconic species that's interwoven into the fabric of our culture. Maybe it's a bellwether of other things that are going on, and maybe we should listen to what's going on currently.
How y'all doing, folks? I reached out to Omega Protein to get their response to the William and Mary Osprey study. A company spokesperson disputed the findings, questioned the scope and methodology of the William and Mary research, also says the most recent science shows that Atlantic menhaden stocks coastal-wide are just fine. So.
Well, George, has there ever been research done on menhaden stocks in the bay and the impact reduction fishing might have?
Very little, Evan, if any. And that's surprising, considering that menhaden are not only vital to ospreys, but to dozens of other birds, fish, mammal species. However, there could be some research coming. Bill's been introduced in the Virginia House of Delegates. That would require the Commonwealth to conduct a study of the impact on the menhaden fishery. Virginia Institute of Marine Sciences would be doing that. We'll keep an eye on it, see where it goes.
All right, George Noliff, our Outdoors Bound team. Always a pleasure to have you early in the mornings.